Welcome back to my channel. Insights Explained 101. Today we will look into the world of Ottomans and explain the major reasons for the decline of Ottoman Empire which dominated the world politics for 600 years. The reasons included social factors such as religious leaders not supporting the Ottoman Empire's goals, the Ottoman Empire's economy weakened as they failed to compete with other countries' economies, and also the decline of Ottoman armed forces led constantly losing battles and territories. It can be said that the most significant reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire was due to the Ottomans' military decline because their armed forces are what made them famous and well known, so without the abundant level of armed forces they were not seen as a powerful country. On the other hand, the weakening economy and the lack of support from religious leaders also contributed to the constant decline of the Ottoman Empire. This explanation explores the reasons for the decline of the Ottoman Empire and justifies why the decline in armed forces was the most significant reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire. It goes through the military decline, weakening the economy and lack of support from religious leaders that all led to the decline of the Ottoman Empire. This demonstrates that the Ottoman Empire lost their purpose and identity when there were limitations in the armed forces because a strong military force was what made them one of the most powerful empire in Europe, so without this meant rivaling countries were not hesitant to battle with the Ottomans. Modern historians have tended to lean towards the loss of territory to invaders rather than the overall weakness of the army that led to the decline of the Ottoman Empire, but they also argue that the effect of lack of manpower and revenue. Religious leaders being conservative about the Ottoman Empire's advancement plans can be seen as a contributing reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire. This put a strain on the relationship between the government and religious leaders as they did not support westernized modern advancement. Therefore, the Muslim religious societies for the majority prevented the Ottoman Empire from modernizing their transportation, educational systems that would have been key for them if they wanted to compete with their rivaling countries in 19th century Europe. Even though religious conservatism was a contributing factor, it was not more significant than the military decline of the Ottoman Empire. This is because empire would lose any status and power in world if religious leaders did not support what the Ottoman Empire aims and goals. On the other hand, the decline of armed forces makes them vulnerable to any of their competitors in the world, and the Ottoman Empire lose their status as this powerful, feared military empire. The decline of the Ottomans' economic power was also a contributing reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire. Cleveland and Bunton state that the perception of European merchant capital into the empire caused a huge economic problem for the empire. This demonstrates that the economic decline of the Ottoman Empire was a contributing factor to the decline of the Ottoman Empire because their economic status reduced dramatically due to their decreasing influence in trade in Europe. Even though this was not the most significant reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire, it was more important than the lack of support from religious leaders in the Ottoman Empire as they lost their role in Europe as other countries viewed them as a country that was struggling constantly, whereas the religious conservatism was more of an internal problem which does not affect their status with other countries. To conclude, the most significant reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire was the decline of the armed forces, as during the Rising era, the military army of the Ottoman very popular with their power and strategies to defeat their rivaling. In addition, religious conservatism was another contributing reason for the decline of the Ottoman Empire due to the religious leaders being powerful figures in the Ottoman Empire. They were able to have an influence on the Ottomans' advancements. Due to the religious leaders not being on the same wavelength as the government of the Ottomans, they were able to prevent any advancements that promoted wealth and power. Finally, the weakening economy was a contributing factor to the decline of the Ottoman Empire as the Ottomans continued to lose economic power and status amongst Europe countries as they now relied on other European countries in trade. This concludes the major reasons for the decline of Ottoman Empire.